I'm going to talk about a particular project that I've been developing since a week. So, it is a kind of workshop that I'm going to conduct soon, and it is part of a university. So, I'm trying to create all charts that are part of Power BI free version. I'm trying to create those charts from different angles of various design principles and trying to make my viewers understand of which is the best possible way to create a particular graph. So let's start. And before we begin, we will just try to understand the tables that we have here from the table view. So first of all, I have created dummy tables for student records. Now, the student records will majorly have their names. Of course, it is all dummy. So, this is particular program that this particular university have. It's an integrated program. Then a particular program code. Like there are various school as part of this university, and that's why we have created codes to connect them for all different tables. Now, each year there are various semesters, like semester 1 and 2 is year 1, semester 3 and 4 year 2. So similarly we have created dummy data for few students, their marks, credits for each course. So for suppose course 1 was of 2 credit, course 2 was of 3 credit, and so on and so forth, and particular attendance at the end of that particular year. What was their CGPA or SGPA? Now, SGPA is semester grade point average, and CGPA is cumulative grade point average. So, just averaging the first and two semesters, we create CGPA and the city of residence, like from where the student is coming. So, this was basic student record table. Now, we come to program table. Now, it is a dimension table again. It consists of few data points like total credits as part of that particular program. So, for example, this is Master of Business, Bachelor of Arts, and these are various program codes that I just mentioned, and the school names. In the tenure of that particular program, how many total students can be enrolled? Like, this is a limit. So this is one dimension table. Then comes the placement statistics. Now, this particular table is still in progress. I'm trying to incorporate how many students actually opted for this service of placement as part of the university, or how many students did not want to opt for it. And out of those who actually opted in, how many are placed and how many are yet to be placed. Now, since it happens generally at the end of a particular program in the last year, this will consist of all those students who are just in the second year. So now these aggregated tables are generally created by the users who are doing this number crunching. So just trying to understand the perspective that they will have and created that scenario tables so that we can showcase it during the workshop. Now, this is another table which has a course list with all the credits. So I'm yet to put the dummy data in this, but it's just that how many students had enrolled at the beginning of the year, and then they get the opportunity after two sessions if they want to drop the course and take another course. And what was the instructor name, like what is the faculty name, were there any prerequisites? So for example, financial management 2 will have a prerequisite as financial management 1, and if those students have completed that, then only they can enroll for the higher version of courses. So this is one such table, and then comes the campaign table. Now, and every university has been now expanding throughout the country. For example, if this university is based out of Ahmedabad, it is trying to now explore other areas of India by participating in various fairs, education fairs, and there the campaigns are conducted to explain how these courses are, what kind of faculty we have, what kind of collaborations we have, or the placement activities that this university has. So we can create a list of all those prospective students and how many actually were converted as part of the students batch upcoming. Like this batch will now come in 25th of July, so that's their day of orientation, and I'm trying my best to cover this particular project as soon as possible for the staff. So I will try to explain them all the graphs and charts based on these tables. Let me just give a gist of the build section. So that is the most important part of Power BI along with the Power Query. Now, when you load a data, particularly either it could be an Excel sheet or an SQL table linkage or any such other databases, we have to understand that Power Query Editor is the most important part of it. So we have to either enter data here itself in this report, or you can just go and click new source and import that data from these available databases. I have already loaded the data for now. If I want to change a particular data type, I can do it from here. Like this particular field enrollment number is as of now whole number. But if I want to change it to either fixed decimal number or any date of time, we can do it from here. Now just showing you city of residence. As of now, it shows text form, but if you have latitude and longitude coordinates, you can like show that you can change the data type accordingly. As of now, it's not here, but when you close and apply, I can show you the lat long field as well. Now, if you want to split a particular column or just merge a particular column, like if you wanted first name only, you can just split this column from here by delimiter. Like for example, the space is one thing where you can split this particular column. All those querying, merging querying, appending tables can happen here. So you can see the applied steps. You can, if you have already applied a particular step, if you want to remove that step, you can do it from this particular field. This is a very interesting part. I'll just close as of now. I have not made any changes. So I'll just close this query editor and quickly I will show you the first graph. The first today's topic is to work around bar and column charts. Now I will take student records table as the example. Now if I want to particularly show that how many students in a particular year have particular attendance. So either I can show it by year or the program itself. For simplicity, let me just click on program name. You will see on the page these are four programs which have been listed as part of this table database. And now I will also choose attendance. So Power BI is very smart. It will automatically create a particular layout. Now, if I want to change the layout, I can just quickly click here. So this is stacked bar chart. If you want to just change the layout vertically, you can do it like this. Now it has a vertical layout. You can even go on this table and you can sort the axis based on program name, for example. So now MBA is at the beginning, or you want to sort the axis on the ascending order. So now BCom is first. So you can do that from here. Now let me tell you what's the difference between all these charts. So stacked bar chart will have all the fields within one particular part. So let me just show you how we can do that. So for stacking a chart, let me take semester C. Now this particular data got stacked. Let me also add data labels. You can do it from the visual tab. You can just turn on the data labels. Now, since this attendance doesn't really make sense because it is aggregation attendance, if you see from the table, let's quickly look at the attendance. It's in ratio like 80%, 100%. Now, when we show it on this chart, it should be averaged. It should not be sum. See, if you see the y-axis, it is showing the sum of attendance, which is incorrect. So the summarization should be averages. Now see, so if you can understand from this graph, I'm trying to just like expand, but it's not a very good way. Let me just, yes, this is better. So semester one, which is BCom, is 78%, whereas semester one of MBA is 73%. Now this is stacking one above the other, whereas when you do cluster, all these semesters will be coming side by side. Let me click and show it to you. See, now the same graph which comes side by side. It's up to you to decide what you want to show. Now, when you talk about 100% stack bar, now this particular field is like for BCom, both of them out of 100% were like 78 and 68. But when you click on 100% stack, it will automatically show you out of that 100% in every category what is the contribution of that one particular semester. So it's not very ideal to show in this format, but if you want to do various internal comparison, then only it is helpful. But right now, I think 100% stack column chart is not really beneficial, nor the cluster column chart, because it's a little bit easier if you see from stack column chart. It is giving a more clearer picture. Now, if you want to remove the semester from the legend, it's easier if you can just create a slicer and put the semester on that. Okay. So you can clearly just click on semester one and see for each semester what is the scenario. This is more clearer. Okay. So this is how you think around how to create charts, what is better in terms of showing chart. Now, if you talk about line charts, these are better if you have a time series data. If you have month over month data, for example, in month one, there was one particular total marks, and then test two is suppose in February month, test three is March month. So you can see the progress over time. So that's line chart better for those time series relevant data. So yeah, that was it for right. You'll have other videos coming up for various topics for like for course enrollment list or offered courses campaign and placement that we were just talking about some time ago. I will create those videos in coming up series. Thank you so much for watching. Good day. Goodbye.